What's up, everyone? Vu of NVU Films, and I'm back with another idiotic video for you to watch. And literally, some people may think this is actually idiotic, but it might be time that I actually recommend people not to buy a camera because I have here the Google Pixel 4 XL, which has the same camera as the standard smaller Pixel 4. And to be clear, this is my phone. I bought it. I've always been an Android user. I'm actually currently selling my OnePlus 7 Pro for the exact reason why I'm about to tell you that sometimes you may not need to use an actual camera, such as this Alpha 6400, RX 100 Mark 7, Sony A7 III, Sony Alpha 6600 that is being used to film this trash video for this trash channel right now. And that pretty much comes down with the camera of the Pixel 4 XL and the Pixel 4. So it is pretty much common knowledge now that the Pixel XL has the best photography camera in a phone, even compared to the iPhone 11 Pro. The iPhone 11 Pro has definitely caught up with the photography side, but there's still these very minor little things that the Pixel XL does better, minus the wide angle camera, which I actually don't use and it doesn't really affect me. That does better than the iPhone 11 Pro, which still makes me think that the Pixel 4 has the best cell phone camera. Now, all that could be subjective, and all that could be the fact that I think Apple is trash as a company. So there might be a bias there. So let's just say the iPhone 11 and the Pixel 4 has pretty much even camera capability, except for video, where the iPhone 11 Pro is better at it. But in general, cell phone videos are trash and are only good for Instagram stories, quick videos here and there to post on Facebook. But I would never actually film something that is edited to be cinematic and stuff and be happy with it, because it just looks like crap once it's blown up to a screen bigger than 10 inches. So that's that. As a phone, this phone is great. As a regular user, 9 to 5 job, even full day filming weddings, I have no problem with the battery life. It's fast, it's snappy, it works great. There's gonna be other YouTube reviews out there that will dig in deep with specs and all this other junk that is really useless for day-to-day users of cell phones. The way I use this phone, it is fine. It works great. I have no complaints. It's snappy. I edit photos on it. I do my emails on it. I do my text on it. I do my client contracts on it. I do everything on the phone. And now I'm happy to say that I could take photos with the phone and be completely content with it and not have to carry around our mirrorless camera, such as this Alpha 600 and all these other cameras I have. And matter of fact, I almost find like there's no real use for bringing my RX 100 Mark 7 around, because I do not see the tangible difference of the way I post photos up and having to carry this around along with this, when I feel like all I need is my phone, which I'm using anyway and is always in my pocket anyway, is taking the photos the way I want it to. And today, seeing that it's the holiday season and a lot of tube douches out there are pretty much posting all this camera stuff and having people want to buy all these cameras with affiliate links, which of course I do too, and that's totally understandable because that is what tube douches do. We try to get you to buy stuff in our affiliate links, LUTs that don't work, camera gear you don't need, and t-shirts that no one else knows because 50,000 subscribers is nothing. So let me go over when a cell phone camera, a good one like the Pixel, is not enough. If you're a videographer doing professional weddings, you can't film with this and honestly get away with it. You need gear, you need 6600, you need A7 III, GH5, Panasonic, whatever, Blackmagic, whatever, and anything but Canon is fine. If you are a professional photographer and you're doing people's portraits, you're doing wedding photography, no, the cell phone is not going to cut it. Now, if you are the average person, which is the majority of people out there, because if that wasn't the case, I would not have a job. Professional videographers and photographers are rare. We are not as abundant as regular individuals, and regular individuals do want to have good photos, and that's why they hire photographers and hire professional videographers to do their video and stuff. But generally speaking, not every occasion warrants you to go hire a professional. Let's say for me, yes, I'm a professional, and and I take out my daughter to the playground, or we go to family events and stuff like that. And if you're from an Asian background like myself, most D-bag uncles and stuff like that will always be whipping out their phones and stuff, taking pictures and video. And I see them a lot at the wedding videos I shoot. They always get in my way, and I have to remove them by giving them a stiff arm. Now, I see a lot of people out there, whether it be at a wedding or out there at the playground or any random event or just at the mall, and I see them carrying around cameras, whether it be Nikons or whatever, these point and shoots and stuff. And it's sad to say, it is really sad to say, but if you're buying these point and shoots that could cost you $500, $600, $700, $800, $1,200 to just take pictures, just regular pictures. Now, if you're going to be taking your daughter or son's, photos while they're playing soccer and sporting events where you need the zoom, obviously you need this. But just generally speaking, you're just going out there and you want to take good pictures, solid, borderline professional DSLR looking pictures. Pixel 4, Pixel 4, iPhone 11. These cameras are doing the job. And yeah, I just got disturbed by slice and rice. It's not every day where you get to get messages from 1 million subscriber YouTubers, but I'm big timer now, as you can see. So as a photographer, as a parent, father, I have a daughter, and I'm sure most people out there who have kids, you want to take good pictures of your children when they're playing and they're running around. And I think up to now, you would need a camera like this. Like, you would need a camera with the proper settings to be able to catch them while they're running and have a good time. Because most of the time when you try to shoot kids running around with the phone, they are going to look blurry because the shutter speeds is not capturing them fast enough. But what I was surprised today, literally, I was not going to even do this video today until I was actually taking photos of my daughter with the phone. And I used portrait mode the whole time. And this thing captured her to perfection in portrait mode. Obviously, probably there's some minor details here and there that would be an issue, but it captured her pretty much as well as I'd want it to while she was running around at the playground. And the way the Pixel renders the background blur is perfect. Not perfect, but looks great to me, especially if you're just doing Instagram postings and Facebooks. And even, you could probably print out pretty decent sized photos with the pictures you get from the Pixel. Now, what surprised me the most, that I was able to do portrait mode and it was able to capture her while she was running, and the photos were sharp. Like, she was not blurry, and there was no real delay in portrait mode either. So I kept taking pictures, and the way the Pixel was able to render the out of focus area, the back and the front, was really nice. Like, it actually blurred out the foreground and the background and only kept the plane where my daughter was in focus. So I've noticed this with iPhone, where the iPhone would literally mask out your head and your body and just blur the background. Now, in real photos with the actual camera, the way depth is, I don't even know how to explain this, but the way depth is captured with a lens is actually a three-dimensional field. So there's a plane of focus. So if the camera is focused on my hand, it's not just my hand it's focusing on, it's actually the whole front to back plane of my hand that's in focus. So everything in front of it is out of focus, just as my hand is right now. My right hand is blurry now, and just as my right hand should be blurrier now as back there. So because like right now the camera is focused on my face, the plane of where my face is. So everything within this plane here, the same plane as my face, is in focus. My body should be in focus. And as you can see, when I take the pixel, it is out of focus here. And then it's out of focus back there because it's capturing just this plane of focus. And the Pixel 4 seems like it is calculating that. And I think the way it calculates that is obviously Google software, but also the telephoto lens that is built into the camera is helping the phone calculate the plane of focus and the depth of field and all that stuff. And a lot of people have been complaining about the Pixel 4 that it does not have like a wide angle lens. I don't care about that. And people say, oh, I don't have use for the telephoto lens. Great. But what the telephoto lens does help with, it is helping the phone capture information to do better portrait mode. And as you've been seeing, that I've been just putting pictures of my daughter that I've taken with the Pixel, and how it looks and all that stuff. I'm very happy that I no longer have to carry around these cameras just when I'm, taking my daughter out, because, the OnePlus 7 Pros that I'm selling right now is a great phone. And the reason why I switched to the Pixel is because this camera is not great. And the reception is not great, obviously, on Google Fi. I'm not going to go into all those details, but I would never take a photo with this because it just did not turn out anyway the way I wanted. The pictures weren't sharp. Landscapes are okay, but portraits are like really bad. Now I'm very happy that I could take my phone and be able to take great photos that I like, photos I could edit to make it look the way I want without having to lug around like a mirrorless camera. Yeah, they're small, but it's just like extra stuff you have to carry around. You know what I mean? And I just edited the photos right here on my phone. It's already in there and just post it up for my family to see. And it's great. So this video is just to basically let you know that if you want a phone that could take great photos, just pictures now. If you want to do video and start editing video, cinematic stuff, you definitely want to get one of these cameras here. Or if you really want to get into like higher end photography, you want to be able to take crazy solid photos in all different kinds of lighting conditions. You need zoom, or you need to capture athletic stuff. Then yeah, you definitely want to look into one of these cameras. But if you're just the average person and you want to take photos that are, when people just look at it, looks DSLR like, you don't need to buy these cameras anymore. Like it's really unnecessary to carry these around anymore. Traveling, what have you, you're just taking landscapes. These phones will take amazing landscape photos. It does astrophotography apparently. I have not tried that yet, but just taking pictures of your kids, taking selfies of yourself, whatever. I mean, these cameras on these Pixels, amazingly solid. And it really eliminates the need, even as a professional like myself, to even go out and spend, $800 to $1,000 on professional camera. And it's sad to say, and that's probably a lot of big reason why camera sales have been dropping across all brands. But that's the way it is going now. Like, I mean, the only thing these are useful now is, honestly, if you are using it for video, sport photography, vlogging, and you want a high quality vlog that you're actually going to edit and put on YouTube and all that stuff, you will still need, one of these type of cameras, in my opinion. But like I said, if you're just an average person trying to get good photos of your family, you don't need these cameras anymore. You really don't. Phones like the Pixel, iPhone, and probably a lesser extent Samsung should be good enough. So before you spend that extra money on these cameras for Christmas, really think about it. Maybe you should just get yourself a phone upgrade. If you're having a good phone, and save yourself the money on buying a camera, but you also have something a lot more usable day to day, which is a cell phone. Until next time, lighten up.